Salam, guys.
Welcome back to episode 2 of our weekly MFL recap.
That was an action-filled weekend. Let's get right into it. All right, so game 1, we had Team Mogadishu versus the Hummus Hustlers. And that was quite a game, man. Quite a game 1 at 10 a.m. So the game starts. It was a good start for us. We started 7-0, it was looking good. You know, we stopped them on defense, and then all hell broke loose, man. We just couldn't get nothing going. And then the score ended up being 14-7 at halftime, and we're just like, we're shocked, man.
Yeah, that came out hot in the first half. Who scored his touchdowns?
Elsad's first over, yeah. Els scored, and Jihad
coming back second week in his first touchdown. The old man.
And then basically at halftime, we had lock in. We said, guys, whatever happened, you know, you have briefing, man. That was something interesting, man. I'll tell you that much.
Hey man, don't be talking about my refs, bro.
That man shaky his head. That boy shaky.
Hey, but you had a pretty shaky play at the end of the half.
I did.
There was like 35 seconds left. The clock was running. You had no timeouts, and you're over there fixing your flag like you got all the time in the world.
Boy was chilling. That boy was
man, yeah, man. I was stressed out. I was stressed.
He also wanted to kill you at halftime. I saw him.
It's all good, man. It's my first rounder. You know, he had a little meltdown, but you know,
shaky clock management, man.
Man, low-key, I was bad, but at halftime, I was like, guys, we made all these mistakes. We're only down 14-7. So we just locked in. Siraj had a big touchdown.
Huge.
Hamza Qureshi kind of fell down there. Els didn't run at all because he thought that Hamza was going to get him. I big mistake. Els, big mistake. You should have ran down.
I started throwing interceptions. I saw him throwing off his back foot. You know, just trying to scramble and throw on the run, and it wasn't working out for him.
Yeah, I think I ended with 5 picks.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
So yeah,
he didn't score a point in the second half, right?
Yeah, that was total lockdown on defense. They didn't even get a first down second half.
That's crazy.
No first downs, nothing. We locked in on defense, and then after Siraj scored, we got their stop, and then we marched down the field. And I ran it in for a touchdown, and then Waleed with the game-stealing pick, and we scored again. So that's how it kind of wrapped up. 26-14.
And what's crazy, at the end of that game, I was reffing, and you guys had a play that ended at like 38 seconds in the game left.
Yeah. And
I'm looking at that like, is he gonna call a timeout or is he not gonna call a timeout? You know. And then I'm looking at him, he's not calling a timeout. So the clock hit 17 seconds, and I look at that, and
what'd you do?
I give him the signal to call a timeout.
This is crazy.
And Zuzu goes off on me. I mean, I'm a ref. I'm not supposed to help him, but the whole time he thought he was up. He thought the score was still 14-13. He thought he was up 1. So he wasn't going to call a timeout. And I think Els thought the same thing because he went off on him as well. But, you know, I had to help him out a little bit. But
that was shaky little clock management, man.
Yeah, man. You can't.
Didn't know the score.
As a captain, you have to be aware of the time, where you're at on the field, the game. You have to be aware.
I can't believe you do that, though. You save your son, man. Saving your son out there.
I'm his coach, man. I'm his mentor. Life coach, football coach, whatever you want to call it, coach.
Oh, man. So that was pretty much it. 26-14. We played bad. We still won. I wouldn't say it was it wasn't 31-12. It wasn't how I thought it was going to be, but, you know, it ended up 26-14. It was a good little dub. That's pretty much it.
So for the 11 o'clock game, we had Shusar and Free Smoke.
Shusar?
I didn't watch too much of this game, honestly. I was warming up for my game because I played the 12 o'clock. But the score was, what was the score?
I think it was
14-8.
12-8. Depressing, sad score, man.
Super bad.
Shakur Lawaru, I'm embarrassed.
He came out hot, man. His first drive, he was throwing on the run, looking like Pat Mahomes out there. I don't know what happened.
His score was crazy. Off his back foot, like flying down, dove down towards Hasham.
What I saw is like maybe when he's hiking the ball, he should back up a little bit from the blocker so he can, because I know he was scrambling to the left and to the right way too much.
Yeah.
And if he makes more distance between him and the blocker, then he won't have to do that as much. And who's his blocker? Hisham. Hisham's a good blocker, you know. If he gives Hisham some space to work with and not roll out so much, Hisham can, you know, really put in that work for him.
Yeah, I think it was Ottawa blocking too.
Yeah, but Ottawa was solid.
Versus Nader though, so that was a big time prop.
Nader was
coming in.
They were getting into it too.
They were.
I saw Nader throwing people.
Ottawa and Nader, man. That's a big time matchup.
Hey man, Nader be hitting the gym at like 5 in the morning, man. He's ready.
Always ready. But yeah, I would say Shusad, Hassan Mincy, they played good enough to win the game. The score was 12-8, so it was not a lot of scoring, but a lot of defense though. Isa came in at halftime. I don't know what Isa's doing, man.
You see, the first overall, how you come at halftime?
Hey, to be honest, he thought the games were running late, and he messaged all of us, and we were all training. He let us all know he's gonna be late. It's all good. He came in, he did the job. Got the job done.
Also, Amar Qureshi kind of balled out this week. I know last week we kind of climbed him.
He got mad we climbed him.
Yeah, we climbed him last week. So this week we got a touchdown. We got a
revenge.
pick. But the cat's illegal block. You see that block?
The catch? No, I didn't see it.
Basically, he grabbed Brat, I think. I think he grabbed Brat for a touchdown. Like when Amar was running in, he grabbed him. No one saw it though. I was actually the referee. I didn't see it. Everyone was screaming.
You come from St. Louis for 1 week.
Oh man.
And you can screw free smoke out of a dub, man.
Man. And he wanted to play for Shusar so bad. It's crazy.
Man.
But the whole game came down to Amin's controversy last play. Was that a touchdown?
At Zuzu.
Wow.
Was that a TD?
Zuzu got some
cojones
for making that call, man. That was a crazy call.
Did he help out his cousin or what? Was that a cousin or about the love? Or
I mean, if that was me and everyone surrounding me, the whole community came on the field, and the game was on the line.
Everyone was saying
pressure is building.
Might have said touchdown.
Everyone said,
but Zuzu was firm. He stuck with his call, and I mean, he made the right call.
I bet I had a good pull too. I bet I pulled that.
Yeah, crazy.
I was a line judge. I couldn't.
I bet it's so bad at pulling flags too. He always gets these huge flag pulls.
Yeah.
Against me in the championship, he gets some diving flag pull.
He really saved his season.
He saves the game touchdown.
Yeah.
He's clutch. He's kind of serious when it comes to in game.
Yeah. So final score was 12-8. Man. Yeah, just
very bad, boring, low scoring game.
Very bad game, man. But it's all good. Free smoke 0-2. Shusad 1-1. So we'll see how week 3 goes for them. All right. So game 3 we got Muslimin versus Scrappy Squirrels. EB's really 0-2, man. What's going on? What's happening with your team?
Man, honestly, last week we tried to switch up some stuff. A couple of guys came in on defense that weren't there week 1, so we had to make a lot of adjustments. For some reason, I don't know why we took Henny out of the game. He was on the sideline. He wasn't blocking.
Big move.
And like Murad didn't have too much time, to throw the ball. Like me, Ihab, Fahad, we were getting open. Trying to run some good routes, but every time we look back, like Murad wouldn't have the time to throw us the ball. Not his fault. We should have kept Henny in the game more. But yeah, man, that's what killed us.
What's happening with like Murad during the game? He be acting weird, like not talking in the group chat, not talking in the group. He's looking quiet out there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Murad is just, he's trying to get back to his old self. Trying to get back in the rhythm of playing quarterback and, throwing touchdowns. But, it's tough, honestly. Like, even when I don't play for like a year and I come back in MFL, like, my first game is shaky. But think about him, he hasn't played in like 8 years.
8, 10, 12 years.
Yeah, so it's tough, man. And he's never been like mobile. And now he's older, so he's like, he's not mobile.
Yeah, also the rush and Ubi were coming in pretty good.
They had a very good rush.
Yeah, and the Waleed is a ref, man. Oh man, Waleed. Taking some heat for how he refed out there.
Man, that's all good, man. The only thing as refs, we gotta either call something or not call it, If we're gonna call something, let's be 100% with it. Like Zuzu did on the touchdown. Everyone came out and they circled him and they were screaming, they were yelling. But he thought it wasn't a touchdown, and he called no touchdown, So as refs, if we're going to call something, call it. If we're not going to call it, let's not say, I think or something like that. Let's just, call it or don't call it.
Yeah, so all in all, score was 18-14. Yusuf Alva, he balled pretty good. He's not making a lot of mistakes this year. He's playing smart. He's getting the ball down the field. He's scoring points.
His game has slowed down so much.
Yeah, Yusuf's playing some good football right now. They're 2-0. Also, like Ubi 7-up big time in the second round. Yeah, man, Ubi is playing some good ball this year. I know this last game he had that deep ball on Rami. He must the heck out of that dude, man. His own cousin, his own blood.
A little lucky. I think he pushed on me a little bit too.
Low key, no call though, no call. Also, his picks, he's just been playing free.
He did have a couple drops in the end zone too.
He did have some drops, but the way he played just kind of made up for it, the way he played.
He's definitely stepped up as a second rounder.
Also, he's all over your neck, man. What's up with that play on your neck?
I was about to kill him after. I was heated, but I mean.
Oh, man.
He made a play, the refs didn't call it.
Man, the last drive was crazy, though, because I think it was third down. He threw the ball to Yanad Rahima, the young prodigy. He drops the ball. Huge drop, drops the ball, gives you guys some life. You had a chance. Then it was your ball, and you guys are driving, threw the ball to you, and the game-winning score, and they call it short. It's a big call, man.
Huge call, man.
It's a big call right there.
I mean, honestly, like, it was definitely a close call. Either way, it could have went, but I just feel like I got held really bad by Canada. I mean, he made a play to stop me from scoring. You know, like I'm not blaming him for anything he did. I would probably did the same thing, but I feel like it's kind of tough on the ref to call that at the end of the game.
Yeah, last play.
Like it's a tough call, but I felt like I got held, and I felt like it was close.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a touchdown, or at least they should have called the holding. But that's just me. Obviously, I'm biased. I was the one who was almost scored. But
you won that win, man. Yeah. It's very tough. Scrappy score is 0-2.
I mean, still 0-2. I feel like people still want our heads. Just because the names we got on paper, our team.
Yeah. On paper, you got you, Fahad. You have Murad as a quarterback. This team should be like it's like an all-star team on paper. But the way you guys are playing just right now, just not sinking and it's just not working right now. But I think you guys will get together soon.
Week 3, we're coming. Don't worry.
Week 3
coming for your head.
Coming for your head. It's gonna be their L, man. 0-3. But we'll see.
So for this week's podcast, we have a guest speaker from Shu Sarwala, the Islam Ali. So we got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
We're gonna see what you think, how you feel.
Okay.
So the first question. Last week, you got a lot of criticism, a lot of backlash.
Mm-hmm.
People said you costed your team the game. What kind of insight can you give us on that?
So I'll be honest, I did mess up first week. Game 1, we were a little shaky at times. There was definitely some miscommunication, maybe some blown coverages, and we probably just have to get some more chemistry on defense. Once we all get in the flow, we all get, everybody's gonna be at their peak performance. I think we'll fix our defense for sure.
How do you defend yourself? How do you defend Islam Ali when the haters say you cost your team the game?
I tell them, look at my week 2 performance. I stepped up. I didn't have any big plays on me. I didn't give up any big deep passes, and I think it was an improvement, at least me personally. And hopefully we'll just keep it getting better and better.
I like that. So for question number 2, where do you rank yourself as a corner in MFL?
That's a tough one, okay. As in rank, you mean out of all of the corners, where do I fit in there?
Are you top 10? Are you top 5? Are you the best?
I'll say I'm like top 15. Maybe number 12, 13, somewhere up there. I'm slept on though, that's the thing. Not a lot of people will recognize me as that, but that might be my true potential.
I know you're pretty good at analyzing people's games.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like Hassan Mensi can do to get better as a quarterback?
Well, what he can do to get better, I think he's a great quarterback already. Maybe we don't see it being displayed yet, or maybe it hasn't manifested into this season yet, but I think he's an athlete. He's a competitive guy. He's a winner. And when I'm out there with him, we all want to play. For sure, we're having fun, but at the same time, we want to do the best that we can. So the thing that I have to say is maybe just a little bit more comfort with the players. It's going to grow over time. This is probably safe to say for everybody. There still isn't, like I said, enough chemistry between the receivers and the quarterback yet. But over time and patience, I think the trust will be built.
Nice. I know your nickname is Julio Jones. Should Hassan Mensi be targeting you more on offense?
Honestly, I'm down for that. Hassan, check me out, dog. Yeah. I'm open back there. You gotta just throw it up sometimes, I'll be making catches for you.
So we want to know, how far will Shusar go?
All the way, baby. Number 1, we will shock the world. Everybody's just writing us off or maybe sweeping us under the rug, but we will come back with vengeance, and we will prove the haters wrong. True start, baby. Oh yeah.
That's good. Perfect.
All right, and we're back with our predictions. So games are gonna be played March 24th. These week 3 games. We're gonna postpone a week because of some reasons of spring break and traveling.
Our commissioner made an executive decision.
Nah, it was a committee. It was committee 5-4 was a vote by our committee. We decided to postpone it because we want to have a legit week. We want to have everyone there in a real MFL game. So our first game, 10 a.m. game, is my team Mogadishu 2-0 on a high versus the scraping.
Watch yourself.
What's your name again?
Scrappy Squirrel. I forgot your name, man.
Don't ever forget. We're coming for your head.
The 0-2 team, man. So y'all start over with prediction. I think that you have a good defense. Like you have a good defense. I'm not gonna hate on your defense. I feel like we're gonna harass Moral's life. Send 2 rushes in. He's gonna be throwing the ball off his back foot, struggling to sort of score the football. But to be honest, I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. But I feel like we'll get our scores in that we need. I'm gonna say it'll be a 20-13 type win, defensive game. I see Moral throwing a lot of picks, a whole lot of picks. So yeah, I say 20-13 us.
I agree with you on the fact that it's going to be a defensive game for sure. You have a pretty, athletic team, fast guys that can make plays. You have Zuzu, Siraj, Nizad. Nizad has, a couple picks on the season. And we have, the best safety, arguably, and the best middle in the league. So we'll make some plays on defense as well. I feel like you're going to be running a lot more than throwing. It's going to be a battle. We're going to fight it out. It's definitely going to be low scoring. I'd say it's going to be like an 18-14 type of game. I think we'll hold you to two scores.
We shall see.
All right, so for the second game predictions, we have Hummus Hustlers and Free Smoke. Again, I feel like this game is going to be low scoring. I feel like all the games this season are just going to be low scoring. But this game especially, Ala hasn't scored more than 2 touchdowns. My brother last week, he scored, only 1 touchdown, So for sure it's going to be low scoring. I feel like my brother's I feel like Ala is going to throw a lot of picks. And I feel like, Free Smoke will capitalize off of it. Rahima back there at safety, I feel like he's going to pick off Ala a lot. I say Free Smoke pulls this one out. I'm going to say like 12-8 type of score.
Oh my God.
I think it's going to be that bad.
Man, so I know last week we said it was going to be Free Smoke again versus Shusar. We said they're going to win. But I just feel like Shakur is 0-2. I just don't see him going 0-3. I can't see him going 0-3.
He needs to win back.
This is a big win for Free Smoke if they win, because they'll be 1-2, and then I assume will be 1-2 too, so they'll be ahead of them in the standings. But they can't score, man. Shakur team just can't score. That's the problem with this team. And I think Ala, I think that they'll be ready to go this week, because I know it's a big loss last week they had. Man. But I'm going to say that the Hummus Hustlers will win this game. I just see Os balling out next week. I see him making a lot of plays. Shakur has been struggling to score. Hopefully Shakur wins, because 0-3, that's going to be a big hole for him to come out of. But I'm going to say it's going to be Hummus Hustlers going to win this game. I say 27-20. All right, game 3, we got Shu Saud versus Muslimin, and this is a big time game because Yusuf Agha has been talking crazy in the captain's group chat with Hassan Mensi. Been talking about his picks, been talking about I'll see you week 3. It's been a lot of chatter, man, in that group chat.
He's just on a high right now, He's got like 7 touchdowns thrown, 1 interception, 1 or 2 interceptions. He's on a high right now, He's currently the best, in the league probably right now at the moment. And yeah, he's on a high. He deserves it. He's playing excellent. But honestly, I feel like, Hassan Mensi, when you start talking to Hassan Mensi, man, he's a real passionate guy, real competitive. He finds ways to win. I don't see him losing this one. After, in the captain's group, he was clowning Yusuf. I think he sent like a video of like 2 pick sixes he had against them last year in the playoffs. So I feel like, Ace is going to step up this week. He needs to. I feel like, Shusar to pull this one off. I say 24-18, Shusar.
Yeah, I feel like Yusuf Agha, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's probably the Pat Mahomes of the league right now, stats-wise. He's balling out. But I just don't see him beating Hassan Mensi this week the way he's been talking. Because whenever he talks to Hassan Mensi, he just finds that what he needs to win the game. I know last week that I bet against, I bet there last week, and he was talking to me a little bit in the group chat, talking about he's gonna win it. But I'm gonna say Yusuf Agha's gonna win this game still. Yusuf Agha's gonna pull this out. I think they're one of the top teams right now in the league. They score points, man. They find ways to score the ball. And Hassan Mensi is struggling to score the ball right now. So I'm going to say Muslim's going to be 3-0 after this game. I'll say the score is going to be around a little bit high scoring, I feel like. Maybe 30, 31, 28 kind of game. Close. But Muslim's going to pull this one out, I think. Hamza Qureshi, the 6'7" hooper, man. The giant came to the football field, man.
What was he thinking?
so far it's been shaky. He's been out there like his legs are buckling out there.
Hey, man, hasn't been putting him on skates.
He was trying to chase me around. He was struggling out there. And then once I hit him with the nasty, like, he was on the ground, man. It was bad.
Hey, Hamza, next week, bring some ankle bracelets.
You must bring him out, man.
So before we end, we want to give a shout out, to all the refs. They volunteer to take their time out. They ref the 10 a.m. games. When they play at noon. We appreciate them. We appreciate the guys who are, taking stats in the cold. The guys who are,
highlights,
doing highlights. Yeah.
Everything that goes on with the game. Goes on with the game. Goes on with the game.
That's the stats. So before we leave, we want to give a shout out to all the people that ref, all the people that take stats, the people that do highlights. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and we want you to know that without you guys, the league would not be happening. You guys are making this league get better and better, and we want to thank you guys for that. So, just shout out for all you guys for helping us have a way better league.
So before we leave, we want to give a shout out, to all the refs, all the guys that are, volunteering to take stats, to do highlights. You guys are greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and we want you guys to know, without you guys, this league would not be happening. So from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you guys. And that wraps up our Week 2 recap.
And we see you guys on the next episode. Sit down.
And without you guys, this league will not be happening and it won't be successful. So, not tuck.